Hey everybody, Gunner and Bird here. We're here with another Quarantine Chronicles, blah blah blah. And Bird's taking a piss, and he told me, "Don't start yet," and I do what I want. So here we are, staring at Bird's roof. And yeah, nope, there he is.
You're a dick.
You're right, I am.
Just ran into shit.
So I guess we can just start off with saying that we, starting next week, not episode wise, but filming wise, starting next week, we are going to start getting together to fucking film again for now and let until something happens and the vampires come or anything else crazy that could happen this year.
Vampires.
Dude, I really hope there's not vampires. That would suck.
Yeah, I hope it's not either, but
vampires and werewolves and all that shit. Yeah, totally real. And they're coming tonight. So, I hope everybody's prepared for that. Oh, and there's also winter storm. So, if you go outside your house, you'll die. Except, the problem is the Draculas and the werewolves, impervious. They don't care about snow. They're going to come kill you. It's going to be like 30 days a night, except add werewolves. So, good luck, everybody. Aha.
So, yeah, I guess we could say that we just got done filming a training film.
We can say that because that's true.
And it was starring Phil Hartman. So, yeah, that happened.
Hi. Why were you yelling?
She is.
Somebody wants to lay with their mom. It doesn't look like mom's getting much space here. You got all this space and you give her this little...
Shut up!
Yeah, that's pretty much what I get, dude.
So, anything going on recently? With you, not in the world, I mean.
Not really.
So
much before, but now I do. Is that my ears go? They poke out at the bottom like real bad, like almost looks like I have bolts on the side of my neck.
Well, maybe it's just because whenever you get older, your ears don't stop growing. So by the time you're 80, you're gonna have like earlobes like out to here. You see those old.
Look, I look on the bright side of shit. So, if that's the case, then I'll be Dumbo and the shit. I'll be able to dump off buildings and stuff and just be like with my ears. Isn't that how it works, or no? I'll just be a stupid asshole old guy on top of a bridge, and that's how I die. Like old man jumps from bridge to the creek below, that had minimal amount of water in it. So I just hit like water and rocks, like blah. Sounds like an okay way to go.
So I'm trying to think what other topics we could get into. I mean, we could always talk about, our favorite fucking politician groping a cardboard cutout of Donald Trump. That was weird and gross.
Who did that?
Who do you think?
Matt Gaetz.
No.
Oh, which one?
Marjorie Greene.
Marjorie. What'd she do? She hugged Trump's cardboard cutout?
No. Okay, it was like on the campaign trail. She was sitting there doing something in this room. She's like, "Oh, let me pull this out first." So she pulls out a cardboard cutout of Trump.
Wait a minute. She was in a hotel room. And she said, "Wait, let me pull this out first." And what'd she do? Grab a dildo and strap it to the cardboard cutout?
No, that's probably what happened after this. But no, she was like in some kind of banquet room or something, giving a speech or whatever, campaigning or whatever. But she's like, "Hold on," and she says, "Let me get this first." So she pulls out this cardboard cutout of Donald Trump, and then fucking rubs its cardboard crotch with her hand. Like, it
I'm sure
was gross.
Melania is like, he's my meal ticket to the big time.
Ugh. But yeah, it was like,
You know, it was probably a weight off of people's mind. The ones that were worried about every Christmas what to get Melania, but now that they know how she feels about it, they don't have to worry about it.
we could talk about. I
I
was
saw
like, we could talk. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, just gonna say I saw the Republicans gave Marjorie a standing ovation after her speech, and I'm like, wow. I'm like, they wanted to get rid of Liz Cheney. Now listen, I'm not a fan of Liz Cheney. Sorry, but she did the right thing. But that's the reason why they wanted her gone. But
Yeah, dude, the house is insane. Like the house, like, dude, all of the fucking Pennsylvania fucking representatives and the House of Representatives are fucking insane. I'll tell you, man. That's what. Well, I mean, it's Senate, but that's why I want to see John Fetterman fucking run. He says he's going to. He put in his paperwork for 2022, so hopefully he does. So, like, yeah, I want to see his hulking, weird looking but cool ass fucking get in there.
Yeah, he's like a mix between Berryman and Jesse Ventura.
But he's also, he's one of those people that was like, he looks weird since he got skinny. Like, he was a big dude, like big fat dude back in the day, and he got skinny and he just looks weird.
Like Penn Jillette.
I mean, he always looked weird.
Like Penn Jillette.
Yeah.
Penn Jillette looks like he's literally melting. It's like, dude, don't wait till you're old to look at John Goodman. He looks like John Goodman looks like Gollum right now. I'm like, dude, put the fucking fat back on. You look so much better. I'm not trying to tell you to be unhealthy. I'm just saying, fat John Goodman was so much better than skinny, weird-looking Gollum John Goodman.
Yeah.
I just get sad. I'm like, no, I'm just gonna go back and watch the old Dan. Like, old Dan depresses me. Besides, I would never watch the new show. I'm like, look, I don't agree with anything Roseanne said, but to be honest, after they kicked her out, it was just pretty much a done deal. I mean, it was her show. Yeah, she's an idiot, but it was her show. They should have just ended it, instead of trying to carry on. Because I'm like, nobody cares. Like, I don't hear anybody on the street going, dude, did you see the Connors last week? Nobody fucking cares.
Yeah. I mean, you could have told me that shit was canceled after the first season, and I would have been like, yeah, you're right, because I have never seen it.
I do fucking care. Like, honestly, even if Roseanne was there, I wouldn't have cared either. Even if she was part of the show, I probably still would have been like, who cares? I didn't care when she was I didn't care when she came back with it. I mean, like, I don't. But, like, yeah, after they got rid of her, it's like, why keep going? Like, she was the whole, like, she was the, what? And then, we're going to change it to the con. Like, oh, whatever. That's not going to work, Although, look, you had MASH, hit show, and then you tried to have, like, these little spin-offs. None of them worked.
Yeah, true that. I mean, the closest that was after MASH that made it like a season or two, but everything else.
Yeah,
well, I mean, that's not true. Huh?
Yeah, Trapper John.
That went on for a long time. Trapper John MD was on for a long time. That was actually a successful show.
Well, wasn't MASH successful?
No, I mean, it wasn't on for fucking 11 seasons, but I mean, it was,
and people like it. It's like Mystery Science Theater, like there's a lot of weird, like, I don't know if they've all talked about it or all the information has come out about it, but let's say like Joel, it's his show. and all of a sudden he just dips, and they keep going. But like, and then afterwards they did a movie and everything else, But like, I'm just curious, like, how much did the guy have to do with it afterwards, or he just dipped and that was it? Like I still have my name in the credits, but I don't. I'm just done. It's like, how the fuck does that work? Like, it was his idea to do. Like, well, that's not. I'm not so sure about all that too, because it sounds to me like Murphy and Ballou had a lot to do with it too, because they worked at the station. Apparently, I don't know, dude. It's fucking weird. Like, all I know is that when looking back on that interview we did with Trace, I'm pretty sure he say some shit like, uh, it just wasn't this happy thing to do anymore. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean by that? Like, and then we got the same shit from Mike. It was this, things happen. They don't really want to talk about what happened. So, like, it's like, well, so what the fuck did happen? Like, what was so bad? What happened so bad that made a dude leave his show right before it became like a big, big, big success?
Yeah, and I mean, for real, people can do things and be unhappy forever. Look at us. We've been doing this goddamn show forever. We ain't fucking happy. Hell, we ain't even making money, but for some fucking reason, here we are still.
So like, it begs the question: was like Hodgins, was like he just a special case, you know, and he didn't care about leaving his show, or was he just tired of it? Because look, he came back with the reboot, right? And if you ask me, the reboot was like a big shun to all his former castmates. He brought none of them back for one, and he went in the direction that he wanted to go in the first place. Apparently, that's from what I got from him talking about the reboot. You know, unless you're like really involved in the end of the show and the past and the cast and everything, you wouldn't know it or not. But it sounded to me like he was throwing off little jabs to the ex. He kept saying about how things were different, and kept emphasizing how it was his vision this time and better and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? So it's just like, and then when they had a reunion, look, you're all on stage together, and just by telling by body language and everything, they were all uncomfortable. Like, now some of them are friends, like on inner circles. Like, you got Bill that's friends with Trace, and they're friends with blah 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 blah. But then you have Murphy, who seems to be, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how close everybody is with him, and he always seems to be grumpy. Like, I don't know if people had a problem with him, because when you get to him, it's weird the way people talk about him or whatever. I don't know. I'm just curious. Because Trace said we're a bunch of moody artists. It's like, okay, all this shit is just like, like, hey, things happen. It's like, I want to know what the fuck happened. It's like, why? Well, I'm a fan of the show. And yeah, I want to know what the fuck happened. Like, I don't want to find out about it 30 years from now when they finally decide to talk about it. But yeah, it is interesting, even from somebody who's not a fan of the show, somebody looking out, looking in, like, yeah, why did the guy leave? And and why are they so uncomfortable with each other? You know, I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
weird. All I know is if it's my show, I'm not going to just walk away and watch them promote my head writer of the show to make the host. And then of course you
Which,
got Josh Weinstein.
honestly though, in my opinion, he was the better host anyway, Mike.
Well, I don't. Well, that yeah, well maybe, but like because
In my opinion.
uh, but I would say uh, I don't think Trace or Joel were happy with the fact that they got rid of Josh, or Josh left. Weinstein played Servo before Murphy, you know, but like, and his reasons for leaving were weird. Like, it's like everybody that left that show left for weird, like, just it was just didn't feel right. It wasn't just like, hey, it's a send off, da 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 da. You know what I mean? And yeah, uh, these people were just poor podunks from fucking Minnesota. It's not like they were celebrities leading up to it, so they didn't exactly know how to hide their emotions, so to speak.
And plus, I would assume for the longest time they probably didn't make fuck all for money, even though they were on like comedies, whatever the comedy channel, whatever back then. And,
You know that? Hey, shit. Trace told us. Mike told us that they paid very little. You know.
yeah, so
My
it's
question
like
would be, how little? Like hundreds of bucks? Are we talking like that? Like you made $300 a week? You know? Like was this just like a fucking McDonald's like job to you? You know? I mean, you're on television all across the country. Like, damn, how much were they paying you? Like,
yeah, but that doesn't really mean anything because you've heard a million stories like before fucking Jackass blew up and all that stuff that those guys were on MTV and not making fuck all.
yeah.
And it's like anybody that was on Comedy Central or fucking MTV before their shit blew up weren't making fuck all.
Well,
I mean, except for Chappelle.
already,
Chappelle was taking bank.
to be fair, people like Steve O didn't have money, but people like Margera were already hooked up. They already had deals and stuff.
Yeah. But I'm saying, but from Jackass, these people were like MTV. The MTV paychecks
It
weren't big.
wasn't paying. Yeah. I got you on that.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah,
yeah,
speaking of Jackass and stuff, dude, Steve-O still entertaining, dude. And it's like you ever watch any of his YouTube videos? He's still entertaining.
I just watched an interview he did with Violent J actually, and I like Violent J, dude. I think he's an interesting dude. I think he's funny, and and I think he's more intelligent than I think he gives himself credit. But yeah, I think he's funnier than he gives himself credit too. But if it wasn't for that stupid stigma of him being, insane clown posse, and everybody's already programmed to not like it, you know, um, so yeah, so in turn, not like him, you know what I mean? But yeah, like how the hell is ICP considered a gang, but the Proud Boys for the long time weren't? How is it? How's it that Juggalos are considered a threat, but the assholes that storm the Capitol, they're fine.
Hey, man, and it's like, and I can tell you from personal experience, fuck, you can too, for being at multiple ICP concerts and stuff back in the day, that like, goddamn juggalos aren't a gag. They're mostly just lonely, sad, depressed people.
Well, and from what I've also noticed is they are uh, pretty nice people from what I've met. Like, I don't think I've met an angry jerk off juggalo.
No, and yeah, I said, yeah, not really. They are super accepting to like anybody, really.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's their calling card.
Like, long as you're cool, I guess. Long as you're cool, long as you're not coming in being a fucking asshole.
But that's the thing. Like, how the hell are they considered a gang? Like, they're like, hey, man, come on in. Like, they're invite. They're like, they're not inviting you in. So they're like, all right, here's the plan. We're taking down everything. That's not. They're like, they're just friendly from what my experience.
Well, I guess unless you're Tila Tequila, and then you get rocks and poop thrown at you.
Yeah, but doesn't she deserve that anyway?
I mean, she's probably got paid to have less, or I mean, more gross things thrown at her, like a pound of dude's fucking children batter. Blah. She was in a porno, dude.
Okay, fine. But you have to put it that way. Fucking children batter or whatever. God. Disgusting bastard. Anyway, I nothing now, but if you let's think of something.
I was gonna talk, just because it bugs the shit out of me, just the massive size of Matt Gates' fucking head.
Oh Christ, dude, he's got a Macy's Day Parade float for a head.
I mean,
like
I got a big ass. I got a big ass fucking head, but man, that dude's fucking head is.
yeah, it's been filled up with air. You know,
And
I
it
got
doesn't help with his. Say it doesn't help with his douchey fucking hair.
dude. He's like the '80s douchebag in every college movie in the '80s. You know, he's like, you guys can't have that party here. I'm telling my dad. You know, he's the dean, and he'll fix you. You know what I mean? He's that douchebag, and everybody's like, oh, and the people that normally would have kicked that fucker's ass back in the day are like, oh, I love him. He's so awesome. Look how brave he is. It's like, are you really Matt Gates? I'm like, dude, I would so love to run into that guy. You know, because
Yeah.
you think Marjorie Green harassed that dude, I will be right behind him doing that old school thing, like, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. Is this bothering you? You know what I mean? Like right behind, like literally I'll be right here. I'll turn around, my eyes will be here.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, dude. Like I said it before, we need to just fucking start. I mean, no violence, no fucking nothing, but we need to just start fucking calling these people out when they're out in the fucking streets and just being like, just boo,
Yeah.
boo.
Ew, garbage, rubbish, filth, slime. Dude, like you need to be careful of that. Because that's how the whole Q and the how the whole thing starts. So, first you start bitching like, we need to do something. And then somebody gets the bright idea, let's just start making up shit. And then make people believe crazy stuff. And then they'll get so pissy that they'll attack the Capitol. And then you got all across the country, dude, FBI is just picking people up, in our state, Maine, fucking Vermont, everywhere. Florida, probably a bunch of them, Texas, a whole load of Alabamers, they're all getting picked up. What did these people think? Did they honestly think they were going to be able to do this and just get away?
Yeah, I mean,
These
yeah.
are the same people that walked around probably going, whenever Black Lives Matter happened and they were scooping people up and throwing them in vans, they were like, hey, don't do the crime if you don't want to do the time. And now that they're all caught, they're like, I don't want to do the time for the crime. It's like, well,
Well, it all seems like they're all kind of like didn't isn't that one chick allowed to go on her Mexican vacation? They're letting her out of jail to go on her Mexican vacation.
well, I just want to say this. There's a lot of, police and military people that have been getting busted. Fucking ex-Olympians getting busted that were actually at this thing. Who's to say that this fucking judge wasn't there too?
Yeah.
There were all these regular people. Like, yeah, dude, there was a lot of people there that should not have been there. You know, so everybody thought that, like, nothing but Billy Bob and Earl were listening to Trump's message. Now, apparently, a lot of people were. A lot of people that shouldn't be this stupid, but were. It wasn't just stupid Southerners with no teeth. It was educated people, and it really makes you wonder, like, wow, is our education system that bad, or people are just that dumb?
Well, but there's also the other thing that people knew that it was all bullshit, but they were just doing it for power or just whatever. Because not all those people were dumb. A lot of them knew what the fuck they were doing
And
and
I
why they
think
were doing it.
there was a lot of those idiots there that their sole purpose was not to stop injustice or any of that crap. They didn't care. You know, I think a lot of it had to do with racism because they've been watching Fox News. Lou Dobbs, who just got canceled, dumbass.
Why did that
Because
happen anyway? I
because
saw that he was canceled, but
he spent the entire election cycle telling people that it was rigged, that it was stolen, that Dominion did this, Dominion did that. And then once they start getting sued, Fox News was like, well, we can't afford to have this asshole go on TV and say blah, 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 because we're already getting sued. So they
but
yanked him.
they still have fucking Tucker Carlson out there fucking blah blah blahing.
They also have a disclaimer. And they also have a disclaimer on Rudy. before his
Right.
radio program. They have a disclaimer. We're probably going to put a disclaimer on all of their talking heads. Janine Pirro, all of them. Sean Hannity. They're all going to get slapped with a disclaimer that they're going to, and I guarantee you that Hannity quits. I guarantee that him and Tucker quit because they're not going to want, and Fox is going to have no choice. Because if they decide to take this to court, they fucking lose. There's nothing there backing up their side. They can't say, well, we have proof, but no, you don't. So you cannot go into that courtroom and say, Lou Dobbs said that there was a guaranteed, and he kept having that stupid Powell lady on, and she was spreading her misinformation, and Lou was just letting it go without questioning her, in fact, kept feeding into it. That's why Dobbs is gone, because they can't take a chance, dude. They have nothing. They cannot walk into court. They cannot back these people. They had to go into court and tell the federal judge that Tucker Carlson was 100% full of shit. They don't want to have to do that for every single person. So what's better than that? Just get rid of him. He'll find his way to Newsmax or something, But I don't think even Newsmax will, because they kicked off the My Pillow guy for talking shit.
Okay, well, two things. I want to get into something about My Pillow guy, but no, like Dobbs will probably end up having like a podcast or whatever, like Wendy Bell, which has been kicked off of every fucking platform there is. But these loonies still find her.
Does everybody forget that one dickbag that was on TV for the longest time? Everybody forgets. Not Bill O'Reilly, but the other asshole that was on there for a long time.
Give me more.
He had the glasses. He's on a podcast now, but he got booted for saying crazy shit. What the hell? Why can't
I have no idea who you're talking about, but I can go into like My Pillow guy. I guess his documentary about the election getting stolen was yanked from YouTube almost instantly. Ooh, and I'm sad because I really wish I would have downloaded it because I guess it's hysterically awful.
Really?
As from what I understand, yes.
Because it's just, I know stupid people will buy into it, but everybody else will get a good laugh. And dude, I loved that Newsmax interview with him whenever he's sitting there rambling because the guy's like, listen, we can't, we wanted to talk about this and this and that. And the whole time, My Pillow guy's in the background going, and like, dude, like what was going on with his tongue? Because toward the end of the thing, when he was done, the guy was like, when the guy finished his question and My Pillow guy stopped ranting, he went, what? Like, okay. But like before he did that, he did this thing. Like he wants us to believe that all Democrats are lizard people that are pedophiles and stuff. Meanwhile, before the interview ends, he's going, it's like, dude, what? I think maybe My Pillow guy might be on my PCP.
Again. So, oh man, I hope. Fuck, I'm blank. What?
Like, let's not forget that, my fellow QAnoners, that your My Pillow goddess was a crackhead.
Yeah, but like, I hope. I'm blanking on his fucking name right now, but the kid, the Parkland survivor kid. Dylan.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But he wants to start a pillow company. He says he's going to start a pillow company called the Woke Pillow Company just to fucking put My Pillow out of business. I hope he fucking succeeds, man. Good luck to you, dude. For all the bullshit you got from just surviving a mass shooting.
Yeah.
Deserve this.
For watching your friends die and surviving a mass shooting, you got shit on by a bunch of assholes. So by all means, take them out.
Business-wise.
Thank you, FBI.
FBI, I did not mean nothing.
Yeah.
I was like, takes everything out of context, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of got nothing too, unless we want to talk about Marilyn Manson, which neither one of us know much about. Besides, he's a fucking asshole doing
Yeah,
fucking.
I don't know. The guy's a douche. You know, like, look, all these people that I'm not. I hate. You don't want to get emotionally attached to any celebrity because they always turn out to be freaks.
Or just
Like,
straight assholes.
I want to sing my Army Hammer because, like, Army Hammer. People are familiar with Army Hammer or what's been going on with him lately, but he's got a new business venture coming out, and he wants to sell hot dogs. And it's going to be Army Hammer hot dog, and he's already got a jingle. You want to hear it?
Sure.
It's Army Hammer hot dog. the dog that tastes like flesh. That dude, you know, and like, oh yeah, so yeah, I don't know if that's true either, but yeah, the guy probably just has a weird fetish and shit. But like, who
Is that like,
knows?
is that like when Troy McClure used to like to have fucking sex with fish? And the reason why I'm making the Troy McClure reference is because the Phil Hartman thing we just watched and reviewed like half an hour ago.
So, which cast SNL cast member would you like to go out like? Bill Hartman, Chris Farley, John Belushi, or would you like to probably die in your sleep like one of the others?
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I was going to make a joke about Chevy Chase being dead, and I was like, no, that's just his career because he's an asshole. But
Chevy Chase is okay. He's his own asshole.
but
The
I don't
qualm
know.
is, I don't know why everybody's so surprised because Chevy, since I've seen him with interviews back in the day, made no qualms about him being an asshole. You
Oh
know, he
yeah,
said straight up, "I'm an asshole." So why everybody always acts shocked like Chevy? I'm like, yeah, he said he's an asshole. Like, so if somebody tells me straight up, "Hey, I'm an asshole, dude," I'd be like, "Okay, gotcha." I will not be shocked when you do asshole things.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, it was like, wow. You just imagine speaking of Chevy Chase, being on like the set of Caddyshack when him and Bill Murray would do any fucking scenes together except for that one scene.
I know, and it kills me because like you're watching, you're like they both have chemistry, obviously, but neither one of them could stand each other long enough to make it anything work. I was like, but it's so weird, man. It's Bill such like seems like such a lovely guy, and Jimmy don't seem like that bad of a guy. It's just like, damn, was it really that? Like, yeah, he's probably dude. You could definitely get along with Bill way more than Jimmy, obviously, you know. But yeah, it's just like, damn, dude, was he really that difficult? You know? Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna go hang out with Libs.
All right. I got nothing anyway. So, all right, guys. We'll
Hope
see you
everybody,
later.
hope
I
everybody's
guess
safe.
we might have one more Chronicles since we're doing one more Skype episode before we start filming in person again. So, who knows? This might be the last for a while. It might not. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Anyway, see you guys later.